Welcome to episode 35 of the weekly podcast for the week starting 7th of October 2019. Who would have guessed it? Hey, I'm back. The podcast is back. We're all back. I hope you are back as well, listening. What is this intro, dude? What is this intro? I've been through some stuff. I've had a long week, and I'm starting a new one. And it's mainly about, I guess, like job hunting. I've been looking for a job, and man, looking for a job is more stressful than actually working. That's what I found to be the case. I don't know. I might be biased because I haven't really had a job in like a year or something. But hey, man, I have graduated. I have done my study part, and now I need to go look for a job, which is gonna be. Dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably gonna find one at some point, but it's just hunting for the right job, sort of like weird, right? Anyway, I do have a story about that actually. CV building websites, they're they're just like baiting you into using them or something because they're so weird. You type it in Google, free templates for CV or whatever, just because I want it, because I'm not using their information or anything. I'm using my own information, but I just don't want it to be like a Word file. I don't want my CV to be like a Word file. So I'm like, okay, I want to have like a little separation, a little like different stuff. I have the bars, cause like in the skill thing, cause I have like Java, SQL, what else, databases, Visual Studio, of those things. I have like how well I know them, my skill progress level, and I thought that looked cool because I'm a video game dude, right? I do love my video games, and I love, this sort of looks like your level of of like any of your skills and stuff. It's like, I don't know. It looked cool. Okay, it looked cool, and I kind of wanted it to be a thing. Um, and then a little different graphs and stuff, which I also wanted them to be a thing, but it didn't happen, dude. It just it just didn't happen, which is stupid. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to play around, make my own CV, because I go to these websites that advertise make your CV for free, but they don't tell you that you can make your CV for free, but if you actually wanna use the fucking thing, you gotta pay us money, which is like ridiculous. Why the fuck wouldn't you say that in the beginning? I mean, I know why, because they want to take your money, and if you spend time making your CV in the first place, and then at the end when you want to download it, it's like, well, but pay us for a membership. It's like, what? It's like, what the fuck? It really, I know I kicked it up a gear over here, because I can see like the fucking sound file, but dude, I got super fucking angry because I spent about like maybe 45 minutes perfecting my CV and how I wanted to watch, and then I created it, and I'm like, okay, let me download it, and I see this website. It has, oh my god, I can even export it to like Word, so I can actually edit it as I go, if I want to after that. I was like pretty pumped, and then I click on download, and it's like, well, if you wanna, use it, you gotta actually give us some cash, and it's like, why? Why the fuck? It's like false advertising as at its finest, because it's like, use our free templates to make a free CV, but why would I wanna make a CV and not use it? Why? Why is this a fucking thing? Also the other thing that really, really fucking pissed me off, is like, Yeah, well, for the first 7 days, you can pay us only $3 to try and see if you like our fucking thing. But after that, we're gonna be billing you like $25 a month, something weird like that. I'm like, who the fuck pays those money? Like, how can this be a thing? I would have very much preferred it. Oh well, you created a CV, you know. I'll pay you like $2, I can get the CV. That would be a normal fucking thing, because who the fuck subscribes to something like that? Unless you're, I guess, some kind of a firm that makes CVs for people, that is like, oh, well, if you pay us, we're gonna make a CV, and it's like you go to this website and you pay the website the cash so you can use their templates, and then unless you're that, I don't really see the point. Who is that person that is gonna pay for membership, for the whole fucking year? I wanna be subscribed to this thing. $25 a month, dude. 25 fucking bucks a month. You can get 2 Netflix accounts with that shit. You can probably get, I don't know, because we don't have an Amazon Prime over here, but you can probably even, how much is an Amazon Prime? How much is a fucking Amazon Prime subscription? Amazon Prime subscription. How much is that, dude? I don't know if it's gonna show up because I don't. It's like, well, for to start, it's like €2. I'm on like some kind of weird website, but then it's like €6 a day or a month. I mean, I'm on like some weird. Can I make it in like language that I can speak, like English? Let's say English. Yeah. So, dude, like Amazon Prime is €6 a month. €6 a month. You can, instead of subscribing to this, where you're gonna only use it once, probably a year, if not even longer, because you make your CV, you find work with that CV, then you probably are gonna work for a year or two. You don't need a subscription for this place, but yeah, they're like, yeah, $25 a month. It's nothing. We give you a lot of stuff. Like, what do you give me? I need to make my CV once. I don't need a subscription for this shit. How does this website make money? How does this website make money, man? How is this a thing? Who subscribes to this? Who subscribes to like weird stuff? And it's like $25 of all stuff, dude. 25 fucking bucks. I can you can subscribe to so many other places for less cheaper, like value. Netflix, you can watch anything you fucking want. $10 a month. I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. It really pissed me off. And I'm not pissed off because it must work. Like that thing must work. People must be making money out of that, because every website about that is about create your own free CV does this shit. Every freaking website does this shit, dude. It's like, make your CV, but if you actually wanna download and use it, well, you know, it can either sit in our website and you can say, I have a CV. It's in like this weird website though, and I can't download it because I don't wanna fucking pay them, because why should I? And then it's like, if you wanna use it, pay us. It's weird, dude. It's so stupid. I'd be more up for it if I can pay you like $1 to use like this template that I have chosen to use, and I can like, download the fucking thing. I don't want a subscription. I don't want a freaking subscription. I know I can cancel it whenever I want, but it's like they're banking on people forgetting to cancel their subscription, you know? Oh man, coffee is amazing. I don't know how I lived through like the summer without coffee. Coffee is like the best thing ever. I got like a new coffee as well. It's like some goat something. It's like flashy word for coffee, but man, it smells so good. It smells so good when you make it, especially it smells so freaking good. I don't, I, I don't know. It was like a weird company. I mean, it's pretty popular over here because it's like in all shops and stuff. And when I grabbed the packet, it smelled of coffee. This was when I was like, I'm getting this coffee, because I just grabbed the coffee bag off the counter, and I felt the smell, dude, and I was like, I want this fucking coffee. I want, and it was good, man. It was pretty good, but yeah, dude, like CVs or CV baiting websites are the worst because they even have the thing is those websites get your information in the first place because you put it in there because you want your CV to be as full as it can be. So those websites not only that they get your information for free, they want you to pay to use your information, sort of that stuff. It's like I know it's not really like that. It's like pay us for our templates and stuff. It's like, ugh, dude. So yeah, I'm gonna later later today. I'm gonna probably be if I have the time. I mean, probably tonight, but I should be free tonight, and tonight probably I'm gonna try to recreate the CV that I had in like Word. You know, draw some weird wines and make some other weird stuff. I'm gonna give it a shot at least. We'll see what's gonna happen. But yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's stupid. It's people. People are stupid. Okay, that should not have been a thing. Where's oop 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 oop. Okay. Um, we should be okay. You may have heard some slight rumbles over there. I'm sorry, and also like a pretty loud viber sound. Anyway. Speaking of me bitching about stuff, man. Um, Ubisoft is the worst. I guess I can probably speak about that thing. Ubisoft new Tom Clancy, uh, whatever the fuck it's called. It's like Tom Clancy something something Breakpoint. You know that game is a whoosh, a PR nightmare, isn't it? It sparked up a giant controversy, which to me was like, I mean, are people waking up right now to this shit? Sorry about that. But man, they have been making these games for like years now. For like at least 4 years, they've been making this game. They started with the Division, then there was the Division 2 that came out sort of, I guess, recently. Not really recently, like a year or two ago. What did we got? Like we got like the Wildlands or Ghost Recon, whatever the fuck it was, and they're all pulling the same stuff. They're all pulling the same shit. It's not like it's something new. The Breaklands do. It's like a really basic open world game with do the same thing over and over again. The story is like awful because no one really no one really plays those games for the story. And the thing is, who even plays those games? That's what I'm wondering. Who are the people buying these games? Because it's the same thing over and over again. And I know some people are like, well, I do like grindy games where you just turn off your brain and you go shoot at stuff, and it's like, you can listen to a podcast or you can watch something else and you just go and shoot at stuff. But those games are just, I don't know, so mindingly numbing. They just numb your brain. It's like you don't do stuff. Like I felt like this playing Warframe, but Warframe at least has content in it. Content and has like like a good amount of diversity in it, and it has. I don't know. It is a grindy game. Warframe is another game that you just go and grind, and it's a little shooter and stuff. But but it's like a game done right. it's a game done right. Because sure, you also have booster packs and all that stuff, uh, but I don't know what it is about it. Just it's just enjoyable to play Warframe. While these games, there is no appeal to them. There is zero appeal to these games. Just go and it's the same thing. Oh, there's a base with enemies in there. Go kill them. That is it. You know, that's the expanse of this whole game. And it's I don't know how people just don't get bored out of it. You know, and they're pulling this shit about always online and stuff. And people right now are bitching about it. And I guess it's because when the game launched, the servers were not online. You know, it was always crashing and the servers were reverting stuff that you've done. It's essentially it was kind of like the Fallout 76 release. You know, when you play like for an hour and then server crashes and it's like, oh well, you haven't actually to the server, you haven't actually done the past hour of whatever the fuck you've been doing. And it's like, well, what the fuck, you know? I mean, this is like an art game. Apparently, there is a good amount of people who are still playing Fallout 76. No, I don't think they would release like numbers or anything of the sort, but there's still a good amount of people that do play that game, which is mind-boggling, at least. You know, it's like what the fuck's happening over there. But we're talking about Ghost Recon, Badlands, Breaklands, Breakpoint, whatever the fuck it is. Who cares at this point? Who are the people actually buying this? Because next year there is gonna be another game and no one's gonna care about this one. So everything you do this year is gonna be like, why did you even bother? You know, all of the money that you would have like spent in microtransaction and stuff is gonna be like, well, that's gone now. No one plays this game anyway, because that's what happens with games like that. After a year, there is almost no one playing it. Like, is there anyone playing the Division 2 right now? I kinda doubt there are many people. I really do. And it's every year, dude. Every year there is new and new and new. And I guess the apology that Ubisoft did was also the worst apology ever that they have done, because I mean a lot of people were mad about it, and I can see why. The thing is, I can see why, because that apology was not like a sincere apology. It was not like, yeah, you guys are right, we did go over with the monetization of the game, we're reverting those things. No, what they did say was, oh no, that was a mistake, you know, we did an oopsie, we didn't actually want you to be able to buy power and to buy upgrades and stuff. No, we actually did some kind of a mistake, and we actually don't even know how those things end up in the game in the first place, you know? It's like, how can that be true? Like, surely someone would have had to code those things in, you know? Someone would have to created those things, the graphics for them, the code behind that is gonna do those things when you buy them and stuff. It's like there is gonna be so much work put into that to be like, what the fuck happened here, you know? It's like it's impossible for it to be like, well, I create this game, but then there's like this bug that actually lets you give me money and I give you power, you know? I don't know how the fuck that happened. I'm probably gonna have to patch that out, I guess, cause I don't know, man. I haven't even worked on that. It just happened. What the fuck, Ubisoft? What are you trying to pull here? You know, it's not a thing that happens in video game coding as a whole. You know, it's not something. I mean, there is like this joke in coding that. You call that a bug, I call it a feature, sort of a thing, but yeah, I don't think that's a bug, dude. I don't think that it's possible for the microtransactions to be a bug. Can you imagine what kind of a world we're living in when developers, well, I guess not developers, but publishers get a lot of like backlash about something that they choose to do, something that very clearly they chose to do. And it's like, oh, well, we didn't mean to do that. It's a bug, guys. Like, it shouldn't have been in the game in the first place. We don't know what happened. It was like a bug that happened. Like, how stupid do you think people are? Like, those people that you wanna get their money, how gullible and stupid do you take them for, dude? I know there are like a lot of stupid people out there who have bought the game or will buy the game and will play it and stuff, but dude, it's just when you're like a big publisher, you don't say that. You really don't say that because you might be thinking, oh, people are stupid, are gonna buy everything so we can make money off of pretty much anything we push out, which is kind of true this day and age. But man, you don't say that. You don't. I don't know. You don't bite the hand that's feeding you, sort of a thing. But yeah, it's so stupid, dude. And I don't know who plays these games anymore, man. It's the same thing recycled and retextured, and that's it. I played the Division 1. It was fine, it was okay. It wasn't like a bad game, but I don't feel I've done everything in it. Everything was like the same thing over and over again. I don't know, the multiplayer thing was kind of cool and fun at the beginning, but it gets old. It really gets old. Then, man, I mean, it was like, I don't know. I'm really struggling to think of a person that is gonna be like, well, I'm gonna buy this and play it. When there's like other stuff that he can buy for the same money and play, and there won't be that many microtransactions. I mean, if any, there are games that don't have microtransactions and cost the same money, and it's like, I buy it once and I don't have to pay any more cash. Like, what happened with that, dude? What happened with that? Like, you don't own any games anymore. You especially right now when it's like always online, you gotta always be online. Their servers won't necessarily be always online, but for you to play the game, it will be. So this is why we get these problems at launch dates and stuff. But then what happens when the servers for the game, no one's fucking playing the game like a year or two after, and then they say, well, we're shutting down the servers in like another year, we can't host this anymore because we're not making any money off of it. What happens then? You essentially bought a game. You didn't buy a game, that's the thing. You bought like a pass to play a game that you can't, and that's it. You can't play the game anymore. It's like the weirdest fucking thing, dude. Because it's like, oh, you can buy a pass to enter the game, but then we are gonna tell you when you can play the game. If our servers are down, you can't play the game. If no one else wants to play the game, we're not making money off of this, it's not profitable for us. Well, you can't play the game anymore. Well, back in the old days, back in the good old days, you bought the game and it was yours. As long as your PC could run it, you could play the shit out of that game. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted with that game. You could mod it, you could, cheat in it and whatever. Now, oh, you wanna cheat? Well, cheats are actually, you give us money and we give you whatever you wanted in the game, but you gotta give us more money. You gotta give us real cash for that shit. You want in-game cash? Gotta give us real cash. Gotta put real cash in our pocket, and maybe we'll throw in some virtual money for you to spend on virtual stuff. Even if the game is a single player game, you gotta be online to check that you're not like cheating or hacking it. We don't want hackers in their game. No, now, but you can give us money and you can have the same results as if you were hacking. You just gotta cough up some money, dude. That's it. It's like ridiculous. It's ridiculous, dude. You don't own the games anymore. You buy a pass to play them. You buy the privilege to play their game. It's not. I'm buying the game. I own the game. I own a copy of the game. Now, no, that's not what it is. It's not what it is. It's stupidly ridiculous. And I kind of hate it, man. This is why I just cannot find a modern game to play that I am like, holy shit, this is awesome. Holy shit, this is amazing. No, it was so easy back in the day. I guess back in the day I didn't really had much experience with video game or as much experience with video games, and it was easier to find new things. But the thing is the same old recycled garbage that you don't even own, that you have to be online, you have to have a connection, and maybe they will let you play it. That is it. It's the same. It's stupid. It's really stupid, dude. The gaming industry is at an all-time low right now, and there something's gonna happen. This whole thing is gonna culminate. I don't know. I don't know what that word means anyway. Fuck it. But it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen that's gonna turn the video game industry on its head, and they're gonna realize, oh well, we have to start appeasing people instead of trying to make the most money out of them as we can. Something's gonna happen. I think the loot boxes thing that more countries are starting to look into is the beginning of that. They see that actually gaming makes shit ton of money. It's not just kids that are playing video games, it's adults, and every person in the world is playing a video game in some way or another. So yeah, I don't know if mobile games are gonna be actually affected from this thing. Although if they give you loot boxes that you can buy with real money, I guess they should be affected. Um, I don't know about that, man. The mobile market has always been like a shady place, um, and it's like weird, dude. I mean, when we're talking about Ubisoft, I guess I can give this game as an example, but Rainbow Six Siege, it was a mess. I'm not gonna say anything because it was a mess when it came out, and then they patched the shit out of it, and did a bunch of updates, and now it's like 3 years in. It's a pretty good fucking game. But I don't know, is it 3 or 4 years now since the game it released? And the thing is, the only thing that is stopping them from actually, I don't know, because they want it to be an esport, right? So they can't really make you buy power. You can't really add gun upgrades, and the best upgrades for the guns are like pay us money and you're gonna get those. No, they can't do that because they want it to be an esport, and again, and I'm like, this is the only thing that's stopping Ubisoft from making that shit. Even though all of the cosmetics and stuff, like, I don't know, the best cosmetics are always give us money and stuff. And I guess like this whole buy the season pass, and you're gonna get the operators a week before everyone else gets the operators, sort of a thing. Like, they do monetize this as much as they can, but just because they want the game to be um, an esport, right? They want it to be fair. They want it to be skill based rather than pay to win. So they can't really do uh, the worst monetization plans that they want to do. So I kind of give that game a pass, and I kind of am like, this is Ubisoft's best game, and I don't know, man, because I haven't really spam. I'm getting text messages. I'm sorry, but I haven't. Anyway, sorry about that. I got a call. Uh, but yeah, okay. So in other news, Rainbow Six Siege news. So they're planning on releasing a K9 operator. So I'm guessing someone who has like a dog with him, and they're starting to talk about like fuck man. So they're talking about the moral issue of shooting a dog, and are you gonna be okay with shooting a dog in a video game? And it's like, look. So I mean, I'm gonna talk about a person who has never had a pet before. Who, well, I mean, never had a pet is kind of strong, but has never had a dog. My closest encounter with a dog was my godfather's dog, who was the bestest boy. Not just the goodest boy. He was the bestest boy. He died a few years back. He was like a cocker spaniel or something. I don't know how you pronounce that word, but he was such an amazing dog, and I loved him. I remember when I was like little, when I was like 4 5 year 5 6, I was scared of him because he was almost as big as me, sort of thing. But then I kind of got used to him, and he used to do that cute thing with that every dog does, that he puts his head on his like on your leg, and he just lets you pet him. I remember like his skull, he had like a little bump on top of his head when you pet him on the skull, and so it's like, oh man, it was so cute. He was such a good dog, and like I don't know if like when you're a pet owner you recognize your dog barking, sort of a thing. I don't know if that's thing, but I could always I couldn't distinguish other dogs' barks. I was like, oh, it's just some dog barking, but his bark, I could distinguish his bark. I could just heard him somewhere on the street, and I was like, oh my god, this sounds a lot like his name was Pumpy, by the way. Such a cute name, Pumpy. And I was like, oh, that's Pumpy's bark, and then I see him, and it's like, oh my god, it really is him, sort of thing. I don't know if it is like if you own a dog and you hear your dog bark enough. I don't know if it's like, well, yeah, that's my dog. I don't know if that is a thing, but it could have been just my young, innocent child's mind that when he hears like some kind of frequency, it would be like, oh, well, that's my godfather's dog, sort of a thing. I don't know if that's really a thing or not, because right now I don't remember what he sounded like. I hear other dogs barking. I'm like, oh, it's just a dog. It's like some kind of a dog barking. But yeah, man, I don't know. I was pretty attached to this dog, and I was I was sad when it died. No, and I remember the same day it died. My we went to see my godfather, and he was like sort of pretty sad that his dog has died, because that dog was older than me. I think it was like 14 years or something. Uh, and he was. I remember he was talking to my dad. Like, he was telling him that he everything was fine. He took Pumpy to the beach. They had a walk and everything. It was normal. And then when they came back, he went to make like lunch or whatever, and he went to check up on Pumpy, and Pumpy was just laying on the ground, and he wasn't breathing or anything. He just died and stuff. And I don't know if they ever got the reason for his death, or was it just old age or something. But I don't know. He did tell, the way he was telling it, at least sounded like it was pretty weird, that he was like fine 2 hours ago, like perfectly healthy and stuff, and then it was like he just died or something. And it wasn't something that he has eaten or anything. That wasn't the case. So like, yeah, I don't know, it was weird, and it was sad times. Really was sad times when the bestest doggo died. And like, this dog was the dog that was, I guess, closest to me, that I have been closest to, because he was a big part of me growing up, sort of a thing, and I loved him. I really did love him. I didn't. I don't know. When you're a kid, you kind of take stuff for granted, I guess. So I did realize that I loved that dog when he died, sort of a thing. I was like, oh, but where is he? My innocent mind was like, what happened? Why is he not here anymore? And then I realized I'm never gonna get to play with him, and I love that dog. I never really thought about it before. I was just like, yeah, my godfather has a dog and he's pretty cute, and you get to pet him and throw him the ball around. He runs and barks at it. But then it's like, I actually love that dog. But that's it. That's it. I don't know. When it comes to video games, I have no problem shooting dogs. I have no problem shooting any animal in a video game. No, I mean, the thing is, people don't have problem with shooting people. Like, this is a game. Rainbow Six Siege is a game where you literally, your virtual self shoots at another person's virtual self. It's not even like a robot or whatever. No, it's on the other side, somewhere in the world on a computer sits another human being, and he's there, and he's playing this video game, and you're shooting at his character in game. You're killing another person. Everybody's fine with that. But when it comes to like dogs and stuff, it's like, oh, the moral, do you have morals, or are you gonna shoot the dog and stuff? And it's like, yeah, but it's gonna be cool if they add a canine operator, because we're gonna have dogs in the game. But on the other hand, it's gonna be bad if they add a canine operator in the game, because you're gonna have to shoot dogs. And so I'm guessing they're gonna figure out a way to like make the dog invincible. Like, you can't kill the dog, you can, I don't know, pacify him. If you shoot him enough, he just goes to sleep or something. I'm guessing they're gonna just do something like that. You're not actually killing the dog, or or it's gonna be something like, I guess the dog can't take any damage, and if like a defender gets too close to the dog, he can convert him to the defender side or something. I don't know. I'm guessing, because it has been written in a lot of places after like the news came out that they have been thinking about making a canine unit, because I'm guessing the canine unit is gonna be an attacker. There have been so many articles about, oh, well, they're gonna add a dog in the game, and are you gonna be okay with shooting the dog and stuff? And it's like, dude, it's a video game. It's a video game, and the thing is, we have no problem shooting people in video games, but then it's like, when it comes to animals, you can't kill an animal in a video game. It's like, dude, stop it. Stop it, I mean, again, this comes from a person who has never owned a dog, who has never had a dog, As I told you my sad backstory about owning a dog, about being in contact with a dog, I guess. I don't know, dude. It's so weird and bizarre how human brains work. It's like, oh, well, we can shoot people, but you can't shoot animals in video games. It's morally wrong to shoot an animal in a video game, but it's morally right to kill a person in a video game. Okay, that you should be doing that. You can kill people, you can kill, because people are the real animals, right? They're the real monsters. They're the monsters, the people, whilst the animals, they're just trying to survive. I don't want to get into some kind of weird territory with this, although I probably have already. But I don't know, man. As human beings, we have our priorities wrong. Our priorities are not where they should be right now. It's super stupid. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. I hope you enjoyed It's a little bit of a shorter podcast, I know that, but yeah, that's it. It's been a slow news. There haven't really been any articles or anything that has pissed me too much, I guess is the right answer to this. Um, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you want to talk about anything I've talked about on this podcast, you can use the comment section down below. Also, go follow me on Twitter. It's in the description. I do tweet out weird stuff that piss me off, or stuff that make me feel like, oh, that's kind of cool, you know. So yeah, if you're up for like mildly infuriating or mildly interesting things, go follow me on Twitter. I'm over there also, updates on the podcast if it's gonna be late or if it's gonna be skipped or something. You can. It's always on there. Also, I'm more active on there than on YouTube. So if you really do wanna get in contact with me, just go over there and follow me there. Although if you do post a comment down below, I'll probably get around to reading it. So that can also work. Dislike the video of that cool stuff, and yeah, I'm gonna see you all next week, I guess.